On, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode. Now today's episode we have quite a few big games. First game, as you guys can see right now, are the Reds, Manchester United, and this was going to be a really challenging game for QPR, or my team as we know them as. And as you guys can see, every time I come onto FIFA 13 and I go to load up the screen, it always puts it to the default formation 4-4-1-1, and it is driving me up the wall. It really is. I don't really know what to do. Sometimes actually it does give me the option to import my custom tactics, which is custom formations and things, but most of the time it just reverts it back to the default. So that's quite irritating, but nevertheless, I decided to swap it to a 4-4-2, but it's a variant of that. It's actually more of a 4-1-2-1-2, but instead of having right mids and left mids, it's more of a narrow one. We've seen it previously in Season 1. I decided to go back for it just to change it around, but Man United get a penalty very early on in the game, and as you can see, Wayne Shrek Rooney decides to put it in the back of the net, and that put them 1-0 up, and I was pretty confident from then on that, Manchester United were just going to go on and batter me senseless, because that's just what Manchester United have done really so far this league. They're top of the league at the moment, and they're sitting there pretty comfortably. They've got quite a few points ahead of second place, I think, and they were just looking very strong. But Fellaini being Fellaini fires one into the bottom left in the 10th minute, so that was a really good reaction from the side, and it was fantastic to see him, and he celebrates there with the surfing celebration, which you can unlock in the EAS FC catalog. But as you can see, he plays a killer ball through to Muriel, and Muriel fires that into the top right, and again decides to copy Fellaini and goes for the surfboard celebration. But yeah, guys, the team is actually looking really nice. To go 2-1 up against Man United is a very big deal, and Muriel is lethal. Look at that for a ball as well, and deservedly he does clean it up and pick up a second goal of the game after such a great ball through to Muriel, which put us 3-1 up. I was like, I can't believe we might get 3 points here, but me being me, and just it happens so often, you guys have seen it plenty of times, they do come back. But Tom Cleverley there unfortunately gets injured, which is a bit of a shame. You never like to see any player get injured no matter what team they're from, and unfortunately that means he had to come off and get substituted. But yeah, like I said, I went 3-1 up, and that should be a comfortable 3 points, But then, that moment where you throw it out, and they always knock it straight forward, and there's no defenders to be seen. And Robin Van Persie, who came on as a substitute, decided to just smash my hopes of getting 3 points and made it 3-3. But in all honesty, I'm going to take 1 point against Manchester United any day of the week. And it was a home game as well, which kind of made it a little bit more in my favor. As you guys can see, they are currently 4 points clear of Chelsea. Muriel with 4 goals clear of the top goal scorer spot, and El Shaarawy with the most assists as well. So that's all looking really good in our favor. As you guys can see, there's 3 people, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd place are all on 20 points. Now, West Brom might be getting overtaken by some sort of, a big financial takeover. Huge amounts of money could come flooding into them, and if that's the case, that is going to be magnificent. That's really going to make this career mode interesting. And we had the financial takeover at the very beginning of this season, of this career even, and it made my team a whole lot more interesting and a lot more fun to play with. So imagine West Brom, if they manage to get a financial takeover, what sort of players they'll be getting into their team. But as you guys know, there were some big games in this episode, and again we were at Stamford Bridge. We were traveling visitors over at Stamford Bridge against the Blues Chelsea, and this was going to be a tough game, especially in the rain. But Muriel dummies them with and lets it run through his legs, and he finishes that really well against Petr Cech at his near post. It was very impressive and a nice goal to be scored. Barry picks it up at midfield. I actually didn't have my full team on. As you guys can see, I had Barry instead of, the likes of Pogba, who I signed early on. A disgusting little pass in, and great vision actually from Merkel to pick out El Shaarawy, and El Shaarawy picks up a goal. And it seems to be a bit of a trend at the moment within the team. The surfboard celebration is out in force, but Muriel's pace absolutely blasts past Terry there. A nice cut in to make him look like a donkey, and he just rockets that into the far post. And Muriel is fantastic with both his left foot and his right foot, and he is scoring so many goals. And I mean, that's another 2 goals to add to his tally, which makes it 13 in the Premier League this season, and he is just firing away. Seriously, really impressed with him, and I can't wait to see what his value is in the January transfer window and and obviously in the summer, because I have no plans whatsoever to sell him unless a ridiculous bid comes in. As you guys can see here, I just decided I thought I'd show you the league table again after that game. Manchester United, pretty clear there, but QPR, what? We are second place with 23 points, but we're level on that with Spurs, but we've got an extra 1 goal difference, which puts us ahead of them. And Chelsea there, still at 20, and it was looking really good. You know, the team is shaping up really nice. I did say I want to finish top 4, and at the moment, I am very much on track, and in fact, I'm you know, fighting for the title here if I keep going like this. But I honestly can't see it lasting this long. It's eventually going to have to slow down because I just can't see myself going on to win the title. But nevertheless, if Muriel keeps up this sort of goal-scoring form, it is very, very possible. Now, we come up against this team who I referred to as FC Fuck last time. A few people got a bit of ants in their pants about that, but I was just having a bit of a laugh. There's no need to take everything so seriously. But with that being said, Merkel has an effort, you know, takes a decent strike on goal. And with Merkel, I find as though he's the one that always takes the shots, always gets saved by keepers, but then there's always someone to clean it up. And Pogba there gets his first goal for QPR with a nice finish into the top right hand, and that'll put the team 1-0 up. And it was actually a really nice, well-taken goal. Muriel there, again, getting into some good spaces and manages to get a goal in the 44th minute. That's his 15th goal across all competitions, which is just incredible so far in the season. You know, there's still a lot of season to go. I would love to get around 30 goals this season with him, but the chances of that are probably slim. But that game ended 2-0, and that's a fantastic 3 points in my European League campaign, and that's an important 3 points in all honesty, with another goal from Muriel as well. As you guys can see, Everton also won 2-0 over FC Zurich, and I had to make my squad submissions for Turkey. Now, there were a few people who had a few shouts for some other players that I should call up to the team, but in all honesty, it is just, it's doing me good, and I like the team I have right now. You got Erdinch, I think is how you say it. You've also got Yilmaz, who's fantastic. Kolat, who's that left wing, are both fantastic. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, then leaving a like.
To think we almost lost our faith in love, but you just can't hide the sun.
Staring at a blank canvas, behind closed doors, no cameras. I gotta get my head down, move forward and never look backwards. Look at the